I'm Hunter.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin. I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown!
Are we muted? Yay! We're unmuted! Woo! Hey, peeps! Welcome. Happy Tuesday. And it's time for us to get into a top 10 this evening. Hope you all took note of some of your designers. Because we'll have to all compare notes this evening about who we like and what and why and all the good stuff. So, do tell. How'd you pick your list?
That'd be spoilers, though, wouldn't it? If I told her how I picked my list. All right, here's what I did.
Like,
I went through my top 100 games of all time,
only if they have them memorized, maybe.
plus some new additions, and I went down to about 50-ish. Because if you don't have a game in my top 50, how can you be one of my favorite designers? So those are eliminated. So I went through 50 games plus new additions. I want to talk about new additions because, scary enough, my top 100 is only like 2 months away.
Oh, it is!
So I won't talk about new additions.
This decade has lasted forever, I'm just saying. I mean, year.
So I do have some caveats. How'd you do your list before I
I kind
mess with
of
my
did
list?
something similar with yours. I took my top 100, so not as much of a spoiler, I guess. And I went through and I picked designers that, obviously I love their games, but they had like a lot of games that I really love.
Correct.
So this is not one of those things where I singled out somebody because they had the really super amazing game. So this isn't that kind of a list. This is like an overall, like, you have hit it out of the park on more than one occasion in some way, shape, or form for me kind of thing. And I was surprised. I had an easy, like, 13, 14 list. And I could semi-easily narrow that down to like 11. And then after that, it was really tough, I feel like, for some of them. Like, you'll see. I mean, my top 5 pretty much fell into place, I feel like. But the other ones, too, I'm like, dang, it just... There's a lot more than I thought. And I think there's more than I recognized on my last list. I'm thinking.
So 8, 9, 10, pretty easy.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, easy.
Really?
5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. I changed like 4 times.
Wow. Okay.
And I literally, when I was putting them into the computer for the pop-up jump, I changed it then.
Wow.
Again. So 5, 6, and 7, there's some controversy. But here's my caveat. Here's my caveat. I want to say the vast majority of big name popular board games, for the most part, are designed by multiple people.
Yeah, that's true.
It's rarer these days that the big heavy hitters just have one designer.
A solo name, yeah, that's
it's
true.
very uncommon. So, if their name is one of the designers, I'm giving them full credit for that game because I have no idea. That person could have done 5% or that person could have done 95%.
Well, and on the other end of that, I don't want to dismiss the other people that designed in that
Correct.
game. It's just that this person also had attached to them some other games that they either collaborated or worked on, so it was a combined effort, not just you're the second name on the board. Sorry, what I mean?
Right.
Nah,
and I don't know on the Board Game Geek whether they have any kind of order, or is it just what's on the box?
I wonder. I
bet it's in the order.
Kind of like movie stars,
or is it alphabetical order?
No, I think it's like, don't they get to
I don't know. That's what I was going to say. Do they know who was the main designer? Is the first person the main designer? I doubt it. But anyway.
I don't know.
But I'm with you. If they only have one game that I really like, they're out.
Yeah.
They're out.
Yeah.
If they have 2 games, they're out. You gotta have at least 3 games I love to make my list. So that eliminated a lot of people. Not a lot of people, but a few people off my list.
It did eliminate a few that you kind of like, aw. I had a couple aw moments for people, and so. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
So here, my second caveat is I am going to butcher all these names. I think there's maybe one name on my list I'm going to get completely correct. Because my pronunciation is not very good.
Yep. I'm thinking, I need to change my list now because I forgot both of the Parker brothers. The
Parker brothers?
The chat. Yeah, the chat. I need to
Joe and Fred Parker?
Yes, yes. And we don't know their names.
But the Hasbro, there's they're brothers. Has is the part of their name, and Bro. So Hasbro is also brothers as well. Hasbro.
I'm talking about Parker Brothers. The classics, baby.
No.
Classics.
I don't think Mattel Bro? I don't know.
They made lots of other things besides board games, though.
All right. So without further ado, let's get started with my list. And it's already been mentioned in the chat already.
Has it really? Oh, I shouldn't be surprised by that.
Gotta find my mouse here. All right, what am I doing?
Yeah, I forgot you.
I need to change modes.
All
right, I'm good.
IT, you okay over there?
I'm good.
Okay.
My number 10 is mention. Most people just call them Splatter, but they have names, and I am not going to pronounce their names.
That is not my wheelhouse.
Joran, and Joris. J&J. J&J, the Splatter team.
Team Splatter.
Team Splatter comes at number 10. I've played 3 of their games. I've played Food Chain Magnate, Indonesia, and Antiquity. Enjoyed them all. Antiquity was crazy punitated, but I actually enjoyed the game quite a bit, even though we got annihilated at it. So I have a little thing. I have a little chart here.
People can zoom in on that and read that.
So I got the designers. I got my favorite games. I got games that I consider misses. Like they're not so good games.
Wow, you're hardcore.
And I have games I want to play from those designers that I have not played yet. So, with the Splatter team, I've got, like I said, Food Chain Magnate, Indonesia, and Antiquity. I haven't played any games I didn't like. Games I want to play from that are, is it Ancetera? How would you say that?
Etc.
Is it Ancetera?
The ampersand literally means et.
Ancetera?
Where's the technical difficulties button? I need it.
Roads and Boats, The Great Zimbabwean Bus. I want to play all those games. All of them. Like now. Maybe. So my number 10, J&J, better known as the Splatter team.
Yep. Don't tell me how to pronounce these things, Tommy.
What's this?
He's telling us. Oh, the J's are like a U sound?
J&J.
Yeah.
All right, what is your number 10?
Apparently I have allergies today, like big time. Okay. My number 10 is someone who, it's funny, I like a bunch of his games, but never put his name to it. Like, as we're going through the list, I'm like, oh, he did all these games? This is really cool. And his name is, I probably butcher it. I'm pretty sure it's Italian, like Simone Luciani. I hope I didn't butcher that too badly. But Luciani here has done one of, just like some really good ones. He's got Lorenzo il Magnifico, which I love that game. Council of Four, which if you haven't played that is a lot of fun. Marco Polo, the Voyages of Marco Polo, which, good grief, we got really heavy into that game pretty early on when we were board gaming. Zolkin, and a recent favorite, Barrage. That one is really good. If you haven't played it, it's a mind bender of a puzzle if you're tired when you're playing it, because it's really puzzly. But I love it a lot. And Lorenzo is one of my favorite, like, of the heavier Euros that we play. This was probably one of the first heavy Euros that I really, really got into. So, Luciani,
it's another one of those people that co-designed.
He co-designed a lot of stuff
every
too.
Single game he has a co-designer, I think.
Yeah, but he was on all of these. But he's on all of them. He's done a great job, so
he gets all the credit.
That's right. We're giving you all the credit today. But it wasn't the same people that he I almost said conspired. The ones that he conspired with to make these games. It wasn't the same group of people, like, he worked with each of these games. It was different, or else I would have been like, Team Luciani. But yeah, so it looks like if
it's two co-designers that do everything together, then I put them like the Splatter guys.
I was not the overachiever. I'm like the slacker on the channel. Everyone knows this anyway. I only have like a big chunk list of the games that I know about that I'm familiar with that person has
You got them
made. And, is it all of them? Okay, sweet. I don't know that I wrote them all down. I just wrote down a whole slew of them. And, but anyway, Luciani, solid one. So, apparently he puts his name to it. It's a good game. Just saying.
All right, my number 9 is Mike Elliott. Mike Elliott. Star Wars Fleet, not Star Wars. Oh my gosh. Star Trek Fleet Captains,
What?
Warriors, Dice Masters, and Thunderstone. Advanced. That's the only one we played. Advanced. Thunderstone Advanced. Again, no games I've played. Those are all the ones I played, and I enjoyed them all quite greatly. In fact, at one time or another, I believe, Warriors and Dice Masters were very near or at the top of my top 100. Fleet Captains has been at the top of my top 100 forever. And Thunderstone, we were like, had a short craze with it, and then we stopped playing it. But it's still a great game.
Yep. And, yeah, he's just...
So the game I want to play from him, obviously, is Thunderstone Quest. We haven't played Thunderstone Quest yet.
Ooh.
Thunderstone Quest.
I'm intrigued.
Thunderstone Quest.
I would be interested.
He's another one. Again, there's several on here that he co-designs with. All his games pretty much are co-designed. Warriors is Lang. Dice Masters is Lang. I'm not sure who he did Thunderstone with. And Fleet Captains, I think he did with the HeroClix.
Yeah, he did. I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
But yeah,
I don't see it up there.
And I kind of punitated the co-designers a little bit. They're kind of pushed towards the bottom of my list, and the ones that really do their own games are kind of more towards the top. So I kind of punitated them a little bit for not being the only person on the marquee.
I think that we need to have you turn in your Star Trek card, though.
I know, I said Star Wars. Well, there's anyway.
And I can't believe you haven't made me a technical difficulties. I need to have a button from over here so I can just punch that.
All right, so I need a technical difficulties.
Ooh, Thunderstone Quest is great, although the co-op expansion ran a bit long.
Technical difficulties.
He doesn't want to play co-op anyway. You're good.
And I need to do a Rebecca.
Flip the table.
No, what's it called?
Tantrum.
First impressions.
Oh.
Video. All right, that's it. My number 9, Mike Elliott.
Good times.
We haven't got a game from him recently, but I don't know what has he done any other than Thunderstone Quest. I'm not sure if he's done much recent games
that I know about.
I don't know.
Mike, what you doing, man? Make another game. We love your Star Trek stuff. All right. So, number 9 is another one that kind of surprised me, and I realized that he's now made quite a few games that I really, 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 really like, and that's Emerson Matsuuchi. He's made all of the Century games, so Century Spice Road, Century New World, Century Gollum Edition, Eastern Wonders, and Reef. He's just, oh man, these games are solid. And what I think is so amazing about these games too is we've enjoyed playing them by themselves, or you can combine them, all of them together, or just 2 of them, or, I mean, it's just amazing. And they play really well combining those games. I love the Century games. The replayability for those is ridiculous. And every time we finish a game of that, I want to start playing it again. Just because the way they play, the puzzle aspect to it.
Yeah, you liked Reef more than me. I didn't. I was kind of meh about it.
I liked Reef. I liked the components. I liked again, it's a big puzzly, abstract kind of game, though.
I do want to play Spectre Ops sometime.
Oh, that is one of his. Yeah. We have not played that.
Yeah.
But oh man, huge fan of his Century games. So love it.
All right.
Yay! And you guys are putting on some... Yay! Go, Hector. Throwing down some names. That's
my number 8 is Alexander Pfister. Alexander Pfister, Crappy Cows, Great Western Trail. He's did Mombasa. Recently, Maracaibo, which I enjoy. Not so much the campaign, but the game itself is great.
Beautiful.
Some, quote, misses for me. This is the first one with misses. And this is why he got pushed down the list, because Great Western Trail, Mombasa, and Maracaibo are some of my favorite games. But he gets pushed a little bit. Because Isle of Sky, I didn't enjoy it that much because it was we played it 2-player. I don't think it works well 2-player.
As much.
I'm punitating it for not playing it with more than 2 players. Broom Service, that game irked me for some reason. That was like the programmable program.
You didn't like it? Oh, I liked Broom Service.
I did not
Okay.
like Broom Service. And Mines of Zavendor, we like gnomes, but he didn't do gnomes. Gnomes is back here. I'm filling in a little tiny slot here. He did Mines, and I did not like Mines of Zavendor
We didn't like it as
much.
much. Yeah, that's true.
All right, and games I want to play that I have not played from this person, Mr. Pfister, is Blackout Hong Kong, which is a pseudo deck builder area control kind of game, and Oh My Goods, which Rebecca's played.
I have
and
played.
I have not.
And I have enjoyed it greatly. As a matter of fact, I liked it so much that he is my number 8. Alexander Pfister is destined for greatness at number 8. And for basically everything you said, except that I felt that his misses were less so than what Hunter said. Because I really enjoyed Oh My Goods, Great Western Trail, Maracaibo. I enjoyed Broom Service, Isle of Sky again. I think
What's an auction game, and auction games don't usually.
2-player was
bidding
kinda
games don't work as well 2-player.
So yeah.
Because there was some weird variant, I think, for the 2-player, if I recall right.
So.
We're just gonna move right on, huh?
I need to because you're already singing his praises.
Well, I'm moving on.
Alexander
I'm moving over to a
Pfister.
crossover. What am I crossovering with?
A crossover already? Matsuuchi.
No.
Luciani. Ah.
Luciani. This is another one. Again, he got pushed down the list because all his games pretty much are co-designs.
Okay.
But like she said, Voyages of Marco Polo, Barrage, Lorenzo, Council of 4, I enjoy greatly.
Really good,
but he's,
yeah.
again, co-designed all those, if I recall correctly. And he had a miss for me. It's not a miss for most people, but I did not enjoy Zulkin.
Yeah, that one was
I
a little
scored
bit...
like 8 point when I played that game. It's way too puzzly for me. This
I
whole
think what it
gear
was is
thing
the type of puzzle didn't click right away, and it it made it rough.
Not my kind of game.
The mechanism for that game and
It was
the way
interesting, but
gorgeous,
man, it's not my kind of game.
Oh, I love it, but love to hate it, something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna move on
good
because we already talked about. There's gonna be a lot of moving on, I think, in this
Maybe
thing.
I don't know, or we'll just.
But I really
want to
play Barrage with more players. It was great 2-player, but I think it'd be.
It is great 2-player,
because after we were done, we spent like half an hour talking about how it'll be with more players because it's very. He tends to do. I guess he does do a lot of puzzly games.
He does.
That one's very puzzly too.
He does. Yeah, they're fantastic.
All right, let's move on to your number 7.
My number 7 is pretty popular, and that is Mr. Eric Lang, the superstar
You didn't
designer.
put the M. Oh,
I'm sorry.
He is going to crawl through the screen.
Does he?
Yes, he is Eric M.
My bad. Sorry, Eric.
Lang.
Sorry, Eric. Love you, bunny ears. Okay. Yikes. Okay. So, Eric M. Lang, he is a superstar, too, for a lot of reasons for me, and I put The Godfather as my, representative picture because...
Is that your favorite one? I thought you liked Rising Sun.
No, Yeah, but everybody knows he designed Rising Sun.
Right.
Everybody knows he did Blood Rage. I don't know how many people know he did The Godfather, and that game is hilarious.
Yeah.
And so much fun. I was like, I'm going to let this one shine a little bit. He also worked with Quarriors and Arcadia Quest, which, oh my gosh.
And
Man.
and this guy here sitting on our shelf of shame.
Star Arcadia Quest. Yeah, that's true. I didn't put... See, you did a lot of present to, future games.
Right.
I did not put any of those on yet. So, oh man. It's funny because he's a designer I didn't think that I would like as much as I ended up liking at first. As a person, he's amazing. It was his games.
You don't really like the attacky games.
I don't usually like area control stuff, and I don't usually like attacky, but the way he hybridizes them into, these really cool, Euro-y battles and stuff.
It's not just a straight up
it's not
rolling
just
dice, killing people, right?
Yeah, and it kind of blew my mind the first time we played Blood Rage, right? Because we thought, oh, this is going to be a heavy, fighty, bleh.
Right.
But no, it was just so cool. And then Rising Sun was even more of that. So I can't wait for
Onk
to come out.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that, completely honest. And I'm excited about Starcadia Quest too, because if you have not recalled it, you may want to go check back in our annals of YouTube. and see our Arcadia Quest play, because that was some of the funniest gameplay we've ever had in a game, period. Like, we had the craziest ending
The entire
to a game.
campaign came down to one roll of a dice.
It was insane.
One roll of dice. Yes.
Die. Oh, no, it was multiple. It was a lot of dice.
It was a handful of dice.
Yeah, it was a whole handful. Oh, man. Good times. So, yeah.
We're flying through this list.
We are.
All right, my number 6.
It's so easy to talk about them, right?
My number 6 is a lot of a merry thrashy people's favorite designer.
Oh, really? Okay.
And that is Corey Konieczka.
Okay.
Konieczka? Anyway. So this guy done some of my favorite games.
Okay.
But not a lot of them.
Interesting. Okay.
So Battlestar Galactica, TI3 and 4, I think he was a co-designer. He wasn't the main designer.
Heavy hitters.
Descent, Hector's favorite game, Rex, which is a reprint, and Star Wars Rebellion.
Oh, that's a solid game, too. Man, he does solid games.
So, yeah. Done some really good ones.
I should have had a hat so that we could tip it to all of our designers today.
I know.
Because I'm like, man,
some of my
you got
favorites.
A resume, Corey. That's a beautiful
I think he
resume.
would be slightly higher up the list if he was the main designer on TI 3 and 4. I think it was Patterson.
That name sounds familiar.
Peterson. Anyway,
you were close.
Was the main designer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he helped with the redo of Anyway.
He had a hand to play.
Oh, I missed on Luciani that I want to play Marco Polo 2.
Marco Polo 2?
There's a Marco Polo 2. It's a streamlined.
Is it Revenge of the Marco Polo?
I guess.
What is it called? I mean, like, what?
So no misses for Mr. Corey. Every game I've played of his, I enjoyed. Even enjoyed Rex. Everyone at the table hated it. I loved it. The game I want to play, Star Wars Outer Rim.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about that game, right?
That's the game. I really, really want to play.
That's the game.
Yeah, because it's like pick up and deliver, I guess, and sci-fi theme and all sorts of fun stuff.
I'm like, this is sounding better and better the more you say it. So okay.
So that's my number 6.
That's beautiful.
Corey. And again, I think he would be slightly higher if I knew. I know he was the designer of Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Rex is a reprint. I think he did Rebellion by himself. I think.
Okay.
But Descent. I didn't even say Descent. He did Descent as well. 2nd edition.
Marco Polo 2, Back to the Pool.
So that's my number 6. Good old Corey. Corey looks like a kind of guy I'd want to play board games with.
Really?
He looks like a gamer.
All right.
A lot of board game designers kind of look like history professors.
They kind of do. You're right. I can see that.
But Corey looks like a gamer.
That's awesome.
He looks like a gamer. He's a gamer.
He's like the one you
He's
sit
a
down
gamer's
and
gamer.
He's a gamer's gamer.
I don't know. I'm making stuff up.
I don't know. I like it though.
All right. What's your number 6?
All right. My number 6 is another person that you probably recognize the name to. He's very prolific, and that is Phil Walker Harding. He has done, I put Barron Park up there. It's one of my faves. Also, Archaeology. Love that game.
The card game.
The card game, yes. That is a fun game. Gingerbread House. Gizmos. Another one that really got some buzz. I kind of has gotten quieter now, but when it first came out, it got a lot of buzz. Imhotep, that got a lot of buzz when it came out too. Sushi Go Party, you guys know that's a family favorite around here. Just solid hitters. I love every single one of those games that I've listed.
Gingerbread House?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I love those games. They're just a lot of fun, a lot of variety, I feel like, because, you've got Barron Park, it's kind of puzzly, Tetrisy game. Gingerbread House kind of like that too, but then you've got Sushi Go Party that's drafting, and you've got Imhotep, which is kind of like a mixed bag of all sorts of different things. I don't know, it's interesting that he likes to play around with different mechanisms.
But very much family weight games.
Yeah, absolutely. Family weight games, really solid, fun ones though. Really cool variety of themes. I don't know. It's just really fun. I see his name on a box. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. Actually, and you know me, I'm bad with names, so it takes me forever to get name recognition into my brain. But I'm to the point where I see his name and I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that is,
Right.
And it's just...
I enjoyed all his games, but they're on the lighter side. And
yeah.
None of them make my top 50, so he's out.
Rude.
Out.
You're still my BFF, Phil.
My number 5 has already been mentioned, and I put the M in Eric M.
Okay,
Lang.
well, you're better friends then.
Eric
Sorry.
M. Lang. So like I said previously, my 5, 6, and 7 were kind of fluid because you got Luciani, which is the Euro guy.
Yeah.
Love me some Euro games. You
Yeah.
got Corey, which is the Amerithrash tacky games.
Ah, you do. It's kind of.
And then you got Eric,
the hybrid.
The hybrid guy. So hybrid wins out.
Hybrid wins.
So Rising Sun, Blood Rage, Arcadia Quest, Dice Masters, Couriers, Godfather. Only one miss that we've played. Do you recall what the miss was? Of all the games we played.
It was a Cthulhu game.
Call of Cthulhu, the card game.
That's right. We weren't as crazy about that.
We did not enjoy Call of Cthulhu, the card game.
Cthulhu just didn't call.
It did have these big, giant, humongous, clunky Cthulhu miniatures for no good reason, though.
That was pretty fun. I think we had more fun playing with those.
And, of course, she said Ankh, another game,
Oh.
and Starcadia Quest, both those games. Starcadia Quest we already have. Ankh is probably a year or two away. Excited about those games.
Eric the Master.
There's not really any games I want to go back and play. Maybe Chaos in the Old World, but it's like crazy, out of print, impossible to find.
Okay.
Maybe at a convention.
There you go.
Eric M. Lang. Some great games. What could be better than... That's a solid lineup. Rising Sun, Blood Rage, Arcadia
I know,
Quest.
he's got a heck of a resume, too. It's like, those are monster games. In literal and figurative terms. Okay. What?
What's your number 5?
My number 5 will probably make Z Garcia sad because it's this low on the list, but Mr. Bruno Cathala. Yes. I am a fan of his stuff. I didn't realize he was a name I recognized because if you watch the Dice Tower, you're going to learn that guy's name. But what amazed me is like, oh, wow, there's so many games of his that I really like. So, Yamatai, I over and over always talk about how beautiful that game is, and it's just so much fun to play. It's like addictive for me for some reason. I love the mechanisms and the way that game works. It's like that game was made for me. 5 Tribes, Shadows over Camelot, Jamaica, Dice Town, King Domino, Queen Domino. I'm like, this is another really awesome resume. Really fun games that have just smooth gameplay, high replayability, lots of stuff going on in them. The choices, he's really good at picking games that require some interesting choices.
Yeah.
There's
another one that I love a lot of his games, but none of them make my top 50.
Yeah, Raptor.
So.
Yeah. No? Wow. Rude.
Spoilers.
But yeah, goodness.
But yeah, he has. I'm surprised it's not a little bit higher on your list, but I know what the top of your list is because I got a feeling our top 4 are going to be the same. I'm curious if they're the same order.
I am not sure they are. I'm pretty sure.
Spoilers! I think we have the same top 4.
I don't think they're in the same order.
Really? Let's find out right off the bat.
Your taste in games.
Because my number 4 is Vital Lacerda.
I thought that would be your number 1, so...
My number 4, Vital
I thought
Lacerda.
this was like it's one of your new BFFs, so...
It is. My number 4, On Mars, Venus, Escape Plan, Lisboa, Kanban, and The Gallerist. Love all those games. All those games. No misses yet. No misses. No misses. Every game we enjoyed. One game I want to try... And I've been like, I've had it in carts before to purchase, but I've backed out from buying it. CO2 Second Chance.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting he made that
but
game
it's
that
semi-cooperative.
Vital. What are you doing, man?
There's a competitive mode, but still, it's one of those games that if we don't kind of work together, the game can beat us.
What's wrong with that, then?
I don't know.
Why do you... He needs therapy. He will not work. He does not play with others.
Oh my goodness.
Why?
Vital Lacerda. Yeah, I really want to try it, but I don't know. Full cooperative is out. That's just not going to be a choice. Well, there's a competitive mode.
How do we get it?
But I heard that it's
here?
pretty hard to win the game in competitive mode.
What a shock. As you're like, oh, well, this will totally kill the environment. But you won't win this round. Yeah, I can see that happening. I can totally see this happening.
Vital Lacerda. My 2, 3, and 4 could kind of be swapped around a little bit, I think. Maybe. Vital Lacerda. The reason he's kind of lower on the list, I think the highest rated game from Lacerda at this point on my top 100 is Venus, and it's in the high teens, maybe?
Wow.
So there's no top 10 games, but On Mars. Ooh.
On Mars has some amazing potential. Okay, On Mars. Ooh.
What's your number 4? Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Stop it. My buddy Uwe Rosenberg is number 4. This was tight. I'm going to be honest. The top one, man, it's so tough. So, here's another person that has a very hefty resume of games that I just really, 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 really love. Glass Road, Aura at Labora, Reykholt, Havre, Feast for Odin, and
more and more that you didn't list.
And yeah, okay. Ta-da! Feast your eyes on the wall o Uwe over here.
So
Gates of
Monday's
Loyang,
covering up 3
Fields
of them.
of Arl. Yeah. Holy goodness. So, he just really good games. Really good games. It's the kind of games I really like to play. Some of them are. I could see where some people might think it's a bit samey. Some of his stuff.
Some of it, yeah.
I could see some of it, but he likes similar mechanisms and likes to stick with those, but he does interesting things with them.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy those. And I like the way that he makes a game accelerate. You start with like nothing.
Yeah.
And the first turn you're like, how am I going to make it in 4 rounds or something ridiculous?
Right.
And then by the time you've gotten to your end of your 3rd round, you're like, I'm doing 40 things, and it's just amazing, and it explodes, and you have this huge map you've made, or stuff you've accomplished, or you have all these goods you're dealing with, and you're going, I don't even know how I got to this point. It just accelerates so quickly. I love it.
Yeah, that's kind of almost the theme of most of his games is the first round. First turn, you're like, I'll take a stick.
You're like, yeah, this is a joke.
And then by the end of the game, you're like, I have 72 stick, 43 sheep, and 27 cows. I'm gonna turn those into an Empire State Building. I mean, it's just crazy. How much
make that game happen.
I just invented it.
Out
That's
of
his next
sticks
game.
and cows, we have a skyscraper. Anyway.
All right, my number 3 is already mentioned in chat.
Ooh.
So called as my number 1.
Chat.
You're incorrect. Stefan Feld, number 3.
Okay, I thought he was gonna be your number 2. You're messing with
Stefan
me.
Feld, number 3.
Interesting.
Number 3.
We may have
Oh, I forgot I'm not pulling my thing. So on Vitalis. Oh, I did do all the things. So Stefan Feld, Oracle Delphi, Trajan, Marigot, Macau, Bruges. Just go down the list.
Right there, right?
Castles of Burgundy, Notre Dame,
Macau,
Cartagena,
La
Luna.
Isla. Hey, you skipped
No, I skipped that on purpose. Year of the Dragon, Jorvik, Merlin, Bora Bora, Forum Trianum, Rialto, Aquasphere. Just
Amerigo. Kaboom! Yeah, his resume is on our wall.
But he has, in my opinion, some misses.
Yeah.
Those misses are Revolution of 1828 is a piece of junk. Sorry.
What'd you say?
Revolution of 1828 is a piece of junk.
Wow, that's
sorry,
harsh, but
some publisher just needed a game. La Isla is meh. Roman Pirates is meh.
What? I like those games. I enjoy those.
So he's got some misses. So yeah, there you go. And his games kind of do the full spectrum. So I got games I really, really crazy love, all the way to games that are kind of just in the collection to being in the collection. So he's got a range.
Wow.
Games I'm looking forward to. There's a game called Bonfire. No clue what it is. It's coming out this year.
Ooh.
Supposedly. It may get delayed.
Well,
Castles of Tuscany coming out this year.
It's got castles and Tuscany.
That
sounds like a great combo. And Feld.
And there's 2 older games I have not played that I want to play. Strasbourg. And Pillars of Earth Builders Duel.
There's a 2-player?
Yes. It's hard to find-ish.
Pillars was hard to find.
True.
I have faith. You can
So
find it.
So he's got some misses, and they're not all like major winners.
Yeah.
I think there's only like 5 Felds in my top 100.
Oh goodness.
So.
Paul is asking any info on Castles of Tuscany. Do you know anything about it?
I know nothing about it.
Hmm.
The 1828. I don't know if that was Stronghold. I got rid of it. It's in the coal pile. It's one of the few Felds I've culled. That's how bad it was. It was really.
I think that's the only Feld we've culled.
Really
we talked about
Castles of Burgundy, the card game.
Oh yeah, but that was just because it felt like it was the same as. Okay, yeah. That's different.
So there you go. My number 3, good old Stefan Feld.
Interesting. Okay. Good pick. My number 3 is something that Hunter's mentioned, obviously, and that is my buddy Vital Lacerda. And basically said everything. I mean, gosh, his games have just grown on me as we've gotten better at playing heavier games. Just what he accomplishes in his games that are that heavy, and to have a theme that works and is unique with each game. Wow. I mean, On Mars is creeping up there. It may beat Vinos. In fact, I was going to put it up there, and I was like, I want to highlight On Mars because it's new.
On Mars, that's my favorite.
I think it's probably going to beat me on Vinos, and I love Vinos a lot. And
it's my favorite.
But then Lisboa is just... Everybody loves Lisboa. I think that's probably one of his most popular ones, isn't
Gallerist.
it? Gallerist is most popular? Really?
So, yeah.
Wow, that surprised me because I know that a lot more people seem like know about Lisboa. But yeah, Gallerist, Escape Plan. Escape Plan's a riot. We need to play that again soon. We need to just go through and have like a Lacerda fest.
We did that one time. We played like 3 of them.
Yeah, well now we've got more, so we need to do
we
it
got,
again and
7.
like make a. Now it's gonna have to be like a whole week of it instead of a weekend, right?
I missed the question way back. Should
question?
Dean asked, should he get a Lacerda game? Yeah, why not? Try one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're worth it, and I would recommend Vinos or On Mars. That's
Gallerist. It's easier.
Well, the Gallerist is probably his. Would you say lightest?
Of
is
all
that a
the
thing?
ones that we've played, yeah. Kanban's maybe.
Ooh, Kanban's probably easier to understand.
Yeah, maybe.
I think too.
The manager moving around is a little complicated.
That's true. But yeah,
you like Lacerda better than I do? Wow, I'm shocked.
I am too, a little bit,
Nah.
honestly. But
they're in the same ballpark.
Wow, did you just say that?
3 and 4. It's pretty close, maybe. Or are they exponentially different?
But yeah, his games, they're just solid. And just looking at that shelf over there, I'm like, how does the shelf not collapse under the weight?
Yeah, we have the Lacerda shelf now.
Well, it's kind of like
side.
2 shelves. But yeah, they're just, man, good games. And the fact that you can, it just still blows my mind that he can get a theme in there. Usually you get a really heavy game and you're like, okay, it's mostly just cube pushing. We sort of know what the theme is, but it could be something else. These feel like the theme.
Well,
That's
another
really
thing
cool
about
to me.
his games, for the most part, they're not all this way, but it's like you do this massive rules explanation. You got all this depth, all this decisions, but then a lot of times it's like, play a card, take a card. Or you move your worker.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You move your worker from one spot to another spot, take an action.
Yeah, it's just crazy elegant design. Just, I don't know how he does it. My brain melts just thinking about it. My brain melts understanding how to play it, let alone thinking about someone designing that game.
All right, my number 2's already been mentioned, and that is Uwe Rosenberg. Has moved up to number 2 because...
Of course, you love...
Oh my gosh, so many...
Yeah, I should have known.
I mean, all these... La Havre, Glass Road, and Or Labora are 3 of my all-time favorite games. Probably, I think they're all 3 in my top 20 games.
I could say
and Caverna is right behind that.
Yeah.
Feast for Odin. There's so many good games. Only one miss. What?
Go ahead.
Bonanza.
I love Bonanza. Okay?
I used to love Bonanza, but it's...
Oh my gosh.
Werewolf and Bonanza has joined forces.
Okay, I think you were just being Mr. Sensitive.
I was very sensitive that day. It tore me to the core.
He's scarred now.
I am scarred. Bonanza. I see Bonanza, I get a little twitchy.
Nobody wants to play with me.
But love Uwe Rosenberg. So many great games. There's a new game. The newest game we have not played, Robin of Locksley. I believe it's a 2-player only game. We have not played that yet. I don't know why I haven't bought it. I'm crazy.
What?
Uwe. The Hob, it just
Loxley. I can just think of Alan
I mean,
Rickman.
it seems like a lot. We had who was it? It was me and Tom and I can't remember the third person. We're talking about Uwe and that Le Havre is just it stood the test of time.
Yeah,
it's become people are coming around to it's Tom's favorite game now. It just
is it really?
Yeah,
wow.
it's just. I don't know. It's a great design. Like you just said, all his games feel familiar when you play them, but they're different. What you're doing and how you do it, but they feel familiar.
They do.
You jump from one to the other. It's like, oh yeah, I remember this and this and yeah.
Because
it's
when he
like
uses
this.
a mechanism, he does something in such a way that it's logical enough that if he transposes it to another game, it makes sense, right? You can figure out how to use his mechanisms, and I like that.
There's so many great games. Like I said, the Feld spoilers. It was my favorite designer. It could still be hers. It just seems like that Uwe is just a lot more consistent, and it seems like the Felds. There's a good one and then a bad one, and then a meh one, and then a good one, and then a bad one, and then a meh one, and it seems like Uwe's like boom, 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 boom. They're all really, really good.
I disagree.
You disagree? How do you feel about Aquasphere?
Aquasphere's the one I don't like.
Oh, really? How do you feel about Roma 2?
It's all right. I like it.
How do you feel about... I don't know.
Uh-huh. Want to try that again?
All right. I don't think they're all amazing games.
Now, I must say, maybe I have a little bit of a bias towards Bonanza because we also got my first Bonanza when Nessa started playing cards and stuff, and I liked the design, the way they did the kids' version of it, almost better than regular Bonanza. It was so well done, and I played the tar out of Bonanza, and then when she got a little bit older and able to understand it, we played the full Bonanza, and it's just fun. I just enjoy playing that game. It's like a family card game. So Poo Poo, I know it's too light for you to get too excited about it, but I love Bonanza. I like having to think about your
as long as people
turn
play nice when they play.
Some people aren't sensitive little ninnies. We're good. Okay. So.
Your number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is my buddy. He was the king. He is no longer the king. Stefan Feld. This shocked me. I will say. This shocked me when I was going through the list. The list did not end up... When I started today, this was not what I thought was my list ranking. Let me just put it that way. I had a feeling it was going to be a closer repeat to what I recall of my old list. And I was surprised Feld was not number 1. But, that being said, he's number 2. And he's still amazing. And he has a whole slew of games. And Hunter's pretty much said it all. Like you said, there's a little bit of something for everybody, right? If you like the more punishing games, you've got In the Year of the Dragon. You know, if you want something that's just like melt your brain, you've got Trajan. If you want a little action adventure going on, you got Oracle of Delphi. If you want, you know, some really cool puzzly, like plan out your moves ahead of time. Several of them, but Luna comes to mind. You want a cube tower? Got Amerigo. Just saying. But it's... Oh man, I love his games. I love them. And I'm excited when I see like the whole list of them there because I'm like, which one do I feel like playing? What am I in the mood for? What kind of style of game? The theme, he doesn't have strong theming. His theme is not strong. That's not what it's about though. It's just his gameplay is so amazing. And his is another one that ramps up significantly. Not necessarily in resources, but what you can do for decisions. Yeah. It's fascinating. Because like Trajan, for example, still is great because it's like 5 little mini games all in one. But you're doing different things over here to accomplish a goal. And over here you need to have like... basically the equivalent of like the longest road, or over here if you control an area you get some goodies, but if you control multiple areas you get more, and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's interesting that there's so many different little aspects to it. It's point salad. You can do different tactics and still have a viable way to win the game,
right?
Which is really cool. Feld,
Yeah, he's the king of the point salad.
He really is.
17 different ways that you can win a game.
That's why I was a little bit shocked that he wasn't the designer of point salad. That threw me a little bit.
Should have been a playtester at least, right?
Right?
Well, here we go. Shocking of shocking.
I am stunned by this.
We both have the same number one.
I'm really
surprised.
surprised.
But it's a different number one.
Yes.
And you even wore the shirt.
Okay, this was not prophetic. When I got up today, I was not thinking, hey, you know who's our best and favoritist? Jamie Stegmaier. But you know what? Jamie.
2 games in my top 10.
Wow.
He's the only designer that can say that.
That says a lot. His games are...
Psy, Viticulture, Tapestry, Charterstone, Euphoria. We loved all those games.
Yeah, we did every single one of them.
And 2 games in my top 10s. He's got to be number 1.
Yeah, I agree.
In fact, I don't think any of these designers... Fleet Captains is in my top 10. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it of all those designers. And he has 2 in my top 10.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyway, every game has been a hit. I've even looking forward to the crazy what is it called? Sand Timer Euro game he's making.
At first it was like Sand Timers, but Jamie Stegmaier's running.
Yeah, so
I'm like, all right.
Pendulum, which I guess
is the little hourglass.
So we got this shirt a little bit ago, and this is all Stonemeyer's current games, and these are the secret, we don't know what they are games.
Yeah.
And then his newest one just got announced, Pendulum, which has the hourglass. So it's a real-time Euro game. You're literally flipping hourglasses and taking actions.
There will be no AP in this game, gosh darn it. There will be no AP.
So Pendulum is the latest.
I'm intrigued
just
enough.
announced.
I will try it. I'm intrigued enough. I want to try
One thing I love about Jamie, and he's one of the few people that do this, he's announcing the game, just announced it this week or last week?
Yeah,
it's coming out in August.
That's cool.
Literally, it'll be in your hands. No, it's taking pre-orders, but his games are almost ready to go when he announces them, and he's one of the few people that do that. A game gets announced and you're going to get it 2 years from now.
Yeah, I do. The cult of the new thing, it really almost is out of control anymore, right? Because of that. People are just when's the next thing? And then you wait and wait and wait and wait. Right. And by then it's almost old news by the time you get it. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
And you're right. This gives that.
I think pre-orders start next month. I'm not sure when it's going to be delivered, but it's usually really quick.
Yeah, he keeps them on.
I don't know when the delivery date is.
Yeah. As certain as you can make uncertainty right now, but yeah, and another one of those awesome humans that seems to really try to do his best. And
I would not be lying if that did not factor in that he's probably one of the biggest ambassadors
for board gaming.
As a designer, he has a YouTube channel, just like these YouTuber people.
Wacky YouTubers.
Those wacky YouTubers. He has a YouTube channel. He talks about design. He does a regular blog. That obviously. That's not the only reason. The reason on the list is he's got 2 games in my top 10.
Yeah, the games.
But he just does so much for the game. He's off the top of my head, I can't think of another designer that's maybe the Portal guy, Ignazi, maybe, but he's at top of the list of designers that are active in the board game community, that interacts with the board game. I mean, he even did a thing where YouTube people, just random YouTube channels got games to give away. He just gave some.
That's cool.
They all got
cool.
unique Wingspan cover games that he got to give away, and
very cool.
He just does stuff like that all the time. But anyway, you didn't say why you picked him.
Because you said it. Viticulture is my number 1 straight up, and I've loved, like he said, every single one of the games that he's done. Euphoria, Charterstone, Scythe, Tapestry, just all really solid games. Yeah. And again, those are games. Yeah, each and every one of those games, after we've played them, I'm ready to play that again. Right. And that doesn't happen a lot, let alone all of the games of a designer. That's very unusual, and I really like that.
Well, Viticulture was instant. My first time I played it is instantly my number 1 game, instantly.
Yeah, and it was
my number 1.
So it's been number 1 or bounced around thereabouts forever.
Yeah, it's been in my top 10 since I played it.
Yeah, I think for designers that I know and like interact with. Like he and Eric Lang are my two like favorite to interact with.
Right.
In general, just because, just great people to chat with, active in different ways in the community, just super awesome. And not to say that any of the, and Ignacio's sense of humor, you're right, he's got I love his sense of humor. But that's the other thing, a lot of them have they're just great people to hang out with. And I guess there's maybe a common draw of board gaming. I mean, they're in this business to make something fun that people would enjoy. You would hope that they would enjoy that themselves, and I think it's pretty cool that
there are a large number of designers that just kind of pop up when their game comes out and they disappear again.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have to stick around, but these guys are choosing to make something with it and keep going and make a legacy out of it, I guess you'd say. Not a legacy game. But stick around with the board gaming community more. What is this? Are these our old shirts? I wondered. Oh, this is the old list, people. Look at that. So there you go. That's our old list. Man. It's crazy. Well, and it's funny because my number 11 was Ryan Lockett, and then I had Elliot. Mike, buddy, you dropped down to number 12 because there's just so many. It was the number of games.
And he's not really, like I said, for us, he's not in the forefront anymore, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
He was our favorites 5, 6, 7 years ago, right?
Yeah. And then Leacock, I think you guys have mentioned him a lot too. Just the sheer number of games and how much I like them, they kind of crept down a little bit. Those were my honorable mentions. Gosh, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I find it interesting how just in a few years' time, these games that these designers are coming out with are just amazing. And then, there's all these one-off mentions or people that have just done a couple games that I hope keep making them.
Yeah, because like my War of the Ring's my favorite game, but they've done War of the Ring and Battle of 5 Armies and one other game I haven't played, and that's basically they've done. And I can't really put them on the list because War of the Ring's number 1, but 5 Armies is way down towards the end of my top 100, and like that's the only 2 games I've played.
Yeah.
So
well,
how can I put that on list of my favorite designers?
Wingspan, please design more. That was just wonderful.
She's making a full-blown heavy-ish Euro game.
Yes. I cannot tell you how happy I am because I'm like, as much as I love Wingspan, I want her to do more because I love...
It's already in development. It's one of the... If you look, it's one of these symbols.
Is it?
I think it's this one. The pyramid?
Ooh,
maybe?
Really?
Maybe, I want to say.
Yay! Oh, how exciting. Okay, that makes me excited. I'm very excited for the dark shady section now. I'm just saying, this is cool. Okay. I still think this is hilarious. I seriously did not. I was like, I'll wear a board game shirt today. One I haven't worn in a little while. Ooh, okay. I'll get the one you got me.
Can you name all the games?
Oh my gosh, probably not. I'm terrible about that. You know that. Okay, this is the Euphoria.
Yep.
Scythe.
Yep.
Viticulture. Charterstone.
Actually, no, that's not Scythe. This is Scythe.
That's
the
Scythe?
mech is Scythe. This is my little Scythe.
Oh, that's funny. My little Scythe.
Because that's what they have for the symbol. Right?
Okay.
On the front cover.
Wingspan?
Yeah, Wingspan.
And I already said Charterstone.
Between Two Cities or something like that. One of them's.
Wait, Between Two Cities and Tapestry?
A Tapestry.
Tapestry? No, this is Tapestry. Duh.
There's one Between Two Cities, and then they have another Between Two Cities.
What's this one then?
That's the other city
one. Other city one, and then this is the new Pendulum game, and then we don't know. It's a mystery. I think it's interesting that these have been long enough in the works that he put them on the shirt. I don't know about you guys. That intrigues me. I hope you can see that as I'm pointing to them. I'm like, this is really cool. So, I'm excited. But yeah, these guys and all of these designers are just amazing, and I'm so happy that they keep doing what they're doing and have made so many great games that we're all talking about, right? Martin Wallace, let's see.
You can read what Hector wrote. Didn't read it out loud. It's funny.
Huh.
Now I want to say things that sound like other things just to see what the closed caption will say.
Okay, here's the fun thing with crazy closed captioning. You don't have to say anything silly, especially if it's YouTube closed captioning. I'm going to say that as a teacher. Don't randomly use YouTube closed captioning. Everybody always learns something new. Let me just say that.
I enjoyed making this list. It really makes you think about who makes what games. I mean, I guess we're probably remiss in the fact that we don't do a lot of this game's designed by this person and that game's got designed by that person.
Yeah, crediting them.
We don't really do that too much. I guess this kind of gives us a chance to highlight. Because I talked about probably 50 games.
Oh, yeah, easy.
On this list, so.
Yeah, and I think, and I'm bad with names, so I don't always, especially if I think I'm going to mispronounce
You're bad
it. I don't
with
want to
names.
insult somebody and by butchering their name, so I don't tend to, like, throw the names out there, but they really do an amazing job, and the work that goes into, and the art, and the production, all the stuff that they do to build these games is really pretty interesting, and, it's just awesome. Good job, guys. I mean, think about how many people have been brought together and communities and stuff built around playing these games. That's pretty cool. Family time.
Yeah.
So.
What gets me is that we made this list, and I think 6 or 7 of my top 10 games of all time, the designers aren't on this list.
Wow.
So that just tells you how many amazing designers.
Well, no,
we
it's
have.
true. It's true. Well, I had to go through my top 100 to start seeing enough of people that made a lot of the games that I really, really like, because a lot of them, like you said, were one shots. Like they've only done 1 or maybe 2 games, right. But they were really good games and really solid games. But that's all they've done.
Right.
So I don't know. It might be interesting at some point to do a highlight the designers of our top games or something kind of thing, because we have our top list.
Right.
But it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, like Lockett, his art. He's one of those multi-talented people that he makes cool games, and then his artwork is like.
It's one of those guys you
crazy
think
off the
he
chart.
actually cloned himself.
I'm beginning to think so.
I don't know how he does it. He does everything.
I know.
Everything.
Beginning to think he doesn't sleep.
Maybe. He even demos the games at conventions.
Does he?
Yes.
He doesn't sleep then. He can't.
He doesn't demo the whole time.
Oh, okay.
He does demos.
Okay. Because I was like, did you ever see him leave the booth then? Because now there's a conspiracy theory. But yeah. See, and yeah, you guys are talking about a bunch of different ones. Herman, I've heard the name of that, the war game guy, and Berg and Borg. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, those are good ones. So many good ones. Prospero Hall, I have heard that name too.
They've got a bunch of new games.
Yeah, there's so many names. I mean, Stockhausen for the Orleans and all those Altiplano. Man, a lot of good games.
Yeah, we haven't played Empires of the Void 2.
Yeah.
What's bad about making this list is it made me a shopping list.
No.
Yes, it has.
No.
I got a shopping list. This want to play is may as well say want to buy.
Hector's that's not a bad idea.
What's
though.
that?
Top 10 terrible games from our top 10 favorite designers.
I just did that.
You kind of did that. I'm just the slacker.
I can do that right now. Splotter, none. Elliot, none. Pfister, Mines of Zavendor. Simone Luciani?
Yeah.
Zolkin. Knezka, none. Lang, Call of Cthulhu, the card game. Vital, Lacerda, none. Stefan Feld, Revolution of 1828. Uwe Rosenberg, Bonanza. Jamie Stegmaier, none. There you go.
Well, that's Andrew Parks. I didn't mention Andrew Parks, and I think he was on my list this time.
Yeah, but you put him on the list for one game.
Yeah, no.
You were like obsessed
Core
with
Worlds. I think I remember who
she was obsessed with Core Worlds.
I'm still obsessed with it, but I don't really have any other games that he did, so he had to go off my list this time. Sorry. But yeah. Oh. Okay, so everybody's saying the love of.
It's like a Euro-y, space-themed, dudes on a map-ish kind of game, maybe, I'm thinking. Kind of like, maybe like, again, I just saw a partial of a play of it. Maybe like, kind of like, Eclipse-ish. It's got space theme with Euro-y stuff. I just know you have a little ship and you move around and you actually pick things up with the ship.
What?
Or something.
And it's got Lockett's art?
Yes.
Why don't we have this game?
I don't know. I wrote it down.
Oh.
We may or may not be getting it.
I may or
if
may
it's
not have
available.
to hide all of his credit card information from
I didn't even really look at my thing, so let me see. Feld dropped from 1 to 3. Rosenberg stayed exactly the same. Cathala's gone. Lang moved from 4 to 5, and Elliott went from 5 to 9 for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, and Kvatel. I didn't talk about Kvatel. He was a little bit just off my list. He's got a bunch
another
of
one that
games,
we haven't
too.
played any recent.
We haven't played a lot of his recent stuff, yeah, and he had some I wasn't crazy about, so he kind of fell off my list. He was one of the first ones, so I was like, But yeah, I just realized that 3 of my 5
are gone.
have shifted down off of the top 5, yeah. So that's interesting.
Feld and Rosenberg both stayed on our list.
Yeah,
Lang stayed on mine.
that's true.
He stayed in the top 5, barely.
Yeah, you were like Blood Rage. You were on a
Rising
Blood
Sun's my
Rage
favorite game now.
fan group
Oh,
thing for the longest
Blood
time.
Rage phase.
Yes,
yeah,
on
because we were
Facebook.
on the board game group on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
And we were doing so many Blood Rage memes and posts.
You started your own.
They told us to leave basically, and we started our own Blood Rage page.
Did Eric join that page too?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
We did always Blood Rage.
Everything was
all
Blood
it
Rage
is
memes.
pictures of just random people doing like and just Blood Rage.
It was the stupidest, most awesome page on Facebook for
My
quite a
favorite
while.
one was the Blood Rage duck. I had a duck that looks like it's screaming.
Uh-huh.
Blood Rage.
Nice. Yeah.
I was obsessed at one point.
Yeah.
I've cooled a little bit on Blood Rage.
Oh, Steve Jackson. Yeah, he's done a ton of games too.
I used to play a lot of his games back in the day.
Heck yeah.
Not so much
Garfield.
anymore.
That's another person we haven't mentioned. I think you guys were talking about him earlier.
Magic.
Richard. Yeah.
King of
Tokyo and all those. Because that's another one of those, when he designs a game, it usually is like, home run. A lot of people just fall in love with his games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's so many good ones. So many good games.
All right.
Many
We've been
good
talking
games.
Oh, you had Scythe up the whole time. I'm such a Scythe.
I'm okay with the free advertising for Jamie. There you go.
Jamie Stigma.
But yeah, so it was neat to see you guys mentioning a lot of the other names of people that we hadn't mentioned, and bringing out just some of the awesome games that they have contributed and what they've brought to the fore. It's pretty awesome.
What's interesting, another interesting thing is at least my top 5 are all still crazy active in designing.
That's really good. Yeah.
And I'm sure yours is top 5 as well, maybe.
Well, yeah, since most of mine overlap yours.
That's true.
But yeah.
What's your number 5? That's the only one that's different.
5? See, here's how my goldfish memory. This is why I write this stuff down.
It's the only one that's different from mine. Our top 4's.
My 5 was Cathala. Yeah.
4 of our top 5 are the same.
Yeah.
But I have Eric Lang and you have Cathala.
Cathala, yeah.
And they're both all of our top 5 are
very active.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Corey's still designing. Simone, all these.
Is Walker Harding? He is
Yeah.
still, right? Matsuuchi is, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that was his
Mike
stuff.
Elliott is probably the only one in my top 10
that we don't know about.
That we haven't played any recent games.
Yeah. So keep it up, peoples. All these awesome games.
We're just chattering.
I know, and it's fun because you guys are throwing out some good comments, and Xeris and
my arch nemesis.
Yep.
Did we allow him back in the channel?
Yeah.
Next week is our variety show, and spoilers, there may be an unboxing. Don't let
Did you already order this afternoon?
I may have done some shopping.
Did you double check your spelling, make sure you didn't get something weird? Because
what do you mean?
You were so tired.
Oh, I was exhausted.
Hunter was so tired this morning.
No, I actually did it last night.
Okay.
About 2 a.m.
I was asking him to help me research something.
I did my list
kept
last
clicking on the
night.
same button and nothing was happening on the webpage, and I'm like, you gonna do something? And he's like, I just keep clicking on the same. He was just tired. I'm like,
I was a bit loopy earlier
don't work
today.
with any major multi-million-dollar accounts today.
There may be an unboxing. We may play a live something or other. We'll see. Maybe. And our regular stuff. We haven't played any games. So we gotta get on that. 0 games played.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of my fault. Sorry.
0 games played.
I'm kind of doing a lot of work right now. We won't go into that. If anyone ever says something about teachers and their summer vacation, though, I will punch them in the face right now. in the face.
You,
So,
can you imagine if you were at a job and you got 3 months off every year?
where's the thing? Because
I haven't built it
at
yet.
this point, I may not care that there are
Technical
witnesses on
difficulties.
your demise.
There's something I can hit?
Yeah, there's something I can hit.
Hit a random button to see what comes up.
You're all like, help! Oh, man.
So I need a technical difficulties button and a Rebecca's first impressions button. All right, get us out of here.
Yes, I need to get rid of the witnesses. I mean, hey, guys! Stick around for next week to see if A, Hunter returns, B, have we played any games, C, will we do some random reviews and stuff. See you next time.
Oh my gosh, so dramatic. So dramatic.